D.H. Grohberg wrote the poem, The Race, and he wrote it many, many, many years ago. It was about a father and a son, but it could just as well be about a mother and a son or a father and a daughter, however you want to split it. But I'm going to read it the way that he wrote it. Because we're all in a race today, and if we want to soar to new heights, we need to be able to run this race with perseverance. Quit. Give up. You're beaten. They shout at me and plead. This time there's just too much against you. You can't succeed. And as I begin to hang my head in front of failure's face, my downward fall is broken by the memory of a race, and hope refills my weakened will as I recall that scene. For just the thought of that short race rejuvenates my being. It was a children's race, young boys, young men, how I remember well. Excitement, sure, but also fear. It wasn't hard to tell. They all lined up so full of hope, each thought to win the race or tie for first, or if not that, at least take second place. And fathers watched from off the side, each cheering for his son, and each boy hoped to show his dad that he would be the one. Well, the whistle blew and off they went, young hearts and hopes afire. To win and be the hero there was each young boy's desire. And one boy in particular, whose dad was in the crowd, was running near the lead and thought, my dad will be so proud. But as they speeded down the field across a shallow dip, the little boy who thought to win lost his step and slipped. Trying hard to catch himself, his hands flew out to brace. And amid the laughter of the crowd, he fell flat on his face. So down he fell, and with him hope he couldn't win it now. Embarrassed, sad, he only wished to disappear somehow. But as he fell, his dad stood up and showed his anxious face, which to the boy so clearly said, get up and win the race. He quickly rose, no damage done, behind a bit, that's all, and ran with all his mind and might to make up for the fall. So anxious to restore himself, to catch up and to win, his mind went faster than his legs. He slipped and fell again. He wished then that he had quit before with only one disgrace. I'm hopeless as a runner now, I shouldn't try to race. But in the laughing crowd he searched, found his father's face. That steady look which said again, get up, win the race. He jumped to try again, 10 yards behind the last. If I'm going to make up those yards, he thought, I've got to move real fast. Exerting everything he had, he gained 8 or 10, but trying so hard to catch the lead, he slipped and fell again. Defeat, he lay there silently. A tear fell from his eye. There's no sense in running anymore. 3 strikes, I'm out, why try? The will to rise had disappeared, all hope had fled away. So far behind, so error-prone, a loser all the way. I've lost, so what's the use? He thought, I'll live with my disgrace. But then he thought about his dad, who soon he'd have to face. Get up. An echo sounded low. Get up and take your place. You're not meant for failure here. Get up and win the race. With borrowed will, get up. You haven't lost it all, for winning is no more than this, than to rise each time you fall. So up he rose to run once more, and with a new commit, he resolved that win or lose, at least he wouldn't quit. Too far behind the others now, the most he'd ever been. Still he gave it all he had and ran as though to win. 3 times he'd fallen stumbling. 3 times he rose again. Too far behind to hope to win, he still ran to the end. Well, they cheered that winning runner as he crossed the line, first place. Head high and proud and happy. No falling, no disgrace. But when the fallen youngster crossed the line, last place, the crowd gave him the greater cheer for finishing the race. And even though he came in last, head bowed, low and proud, you'd have thought he won the race to listen to that crowd. And to his dad, he sadly said, I didn't do so well. Through tear-stained eyes, to me, my son, you won. You rose each time you fell. Ladies and gentlemen, finish the race and soar to new heights. God bless you, and God bless your conference.